and welcome to the show. Again, we thank God that you can view the show, whether it's in your living room, your bedroom, your den, your kitchen, any other area of your home. We're excited to bring you D.A.P Ministry Presents. I'm your host, the Reverend Willie Williams Jr., excited about what you're going to hear and what you're going to see as well. We always say to our viewers, go to the Lower Ninth Ward and experience not only the devastation, but the restoration that the Lord is doing. And I can tell you, I go down there often and on Caffin and on Claiborne Avenue. There's a new multi-purpose building, and the good news about it, it looks good. Really, really looks good. It's not operational yet, but it looks real, real good. So that's exciting to see some of the areas come back up, but we need more of those areas to come back up as well in the Lower Ninth Ward. Again, we thank God for our co-host, the Reverend Darrell Smith, also D.K. Smith, known as a radio personality on 9:40 a.m. on your radio dial. He has a saying that goes like this.
Well, I tell you what, from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m., I'll take you home in style with a smile.
And we also say that he has his finger on the pulse of what's going on locally, nationally, and now he has the strong touch globally. Because he has friends over in Afghanistan. Mm-hmm. He has friends in Russia, France, Italy. Did I miss anybody?
No, you said Rome. Well, that's in Italy.
Yeah, I said Italy. I said Rome, Italy.
And even in the city of New Orleans.
Yeah, he really get me with that part. I said, well, I thought you would have friends where you live at.
Well, that makes sense, yeah. But you know what the best thing about it, well, I'll say the best thing, the exciting thing is, and you've had this experience also, you walk down the street and sometimes
people recognize you.
They recognize you from the TV
they
show
recognize you.
So,
I know you. Mm-hmm. You do.
Yeah. Or they say something like, aren't you a preacher?
Yeah, something like that. then and if they don't know our names, they say, D.A.P Ministry.
Yeah, okay. Well, you good with that, huh?
Yeah. Tell our audience about that ministry and for us how they can not only see it on Cox 76, but also other places they can see.
That's right. If you're looking at it on Cox 76, we know that's just a Sunday morning, but you can also check it out online at YouTube by going to the search engine for YouTube, D.A.P Ministries TV show.com. Oh no, TV show, period. And then you'll find this and other shows. We're over the 200 mark, so we put over 200.
Yeah, you're supposed to be buying the cake, man. I ain't got that cake yet.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
That's why they put the baby out the king cake, so people won't. No, they put the baby out the king cake so people don't want to eat it.
No, that's true now.
Now it is. Yeah.
They don't put the. Are you making that
put
up?
it in yourself. Put it like that.
What?
Yeah, they don't put
we love that tradition. The last person that get the piece that had the baby, and it was the one that had to buy the next king cake.
Yeah,
you must have got the the baby a lot.
I won't admit to anything.
Oh, okay.
But I do want to take some time out to at least acknowledge the passing of a couple of pastors.
Go ahead and do that.
We mentioned last week as far as Reverend Arthur Jones, who passed. Mount Triumph. And just recently passed but Reverend William Bill Hunter. He passed. And his service was on Thursday. I forgot the name of the church, so forgive me, but was the husband of Sister Barbara Hunter, and that's the daughter of Sister Goins, member of Pilgrim Progress Missionary Baptist Church. So to Sister Goins and to Sister Barbara Hunter and to his family, Reverend Hunter, we say our thoughts and prayers go out to them because it's one thing, of course, a loved one, but it's another thing when it's a preacher too,
Yeah, it really touches our heart.
Touches our hearts and everything. Yeah. But again, our thoughts and prayers go out to him and all those who are bereaved and going through. We do have a guest I want to introduce.
Introduce our guest.
Our guest is, I consider him a trifecta. Yeah, he's a minister, he's an actor, and I guess coming with that also, he's a youth counselor.
That works good.
Yeah, he's a trifecta. And so we want to introduce Henry Coleman, and we'd like to say hello to you, Dr. Henry Coleman. And yeah.
All right.
And I've known you for a little bit of time and everything, but for those who don't know you and everything, why don't you give us a little background, like where were you born, what city, and where you grew up at?
I was born in Monroe, Louisiana. I grew up in Baton Rouge, but mainly Scotlandville at the School for the Blind. That's where I did all of my education. It was an institutional setting, and I stayed there for the most part year-round until holidays when I went home. And that was 12 years of schooling where I learned a lot and engaged a lot, did a lot of Braille writing and reading. Even at that time, I was interested in writing. I wrote poems. I would put my other classmates, I would write their essays.
Oh, you really like to write, huh?
They was taking advantage of your time.
Well, I love
doing
that because I could have a conversation with you.
Yeah.
And I write it to you, to your personality, and the teacher never know the difference.
I bet they did. Well, you know what? That's interesting because with Braille, you couldn't say that's William's handwriting or that's Smith's handwriting. So if it's Braille, yeah.
Doc, you probably was a very good speechwriter then.
Yes, I was good with that. Matter of fact, I put together the graduation play for my class. High school class, yes. I was.
So how did acting get in your blood?
I believe it was there at that time. I held back on it for various reasons. One of the reasons I held back because of my vision problems. It took a lot of courage to really reach out and do those things. Now, as a resource teacher, I felt the need to reach out. If you're in resource, the broader your experiences, the more effective you could be in a resource setting, because there are a lot of things coming at you. If you have that background information, you can really float. So one reason why I went on got into it was started doing it.
Now, you said floating, and I just want to make mention that you were in the Academy Award-nominated film Beasts of the Southern Wild with a local actress in Homer. Her name is Kovanzane.
Right.
And so we just want to acknowledge you.
It's amazing how I got into that. I had worked for that company before, and I didn't audition for that. They came to the school and explained to me that they needed me for this role. And I said to the director, it's impossible. I'm at work. I can't leave work and do something like that. So there was a discussion. They said, well, let me handle it, they said. So they made a deal with the school board where they would pay a certified sub for me so I could leave the classroom and go,
with your
do the job. There was another thing got me. They said, now you got to get your wardrobe. I said, okay, you want me to come down? They said, no, we're going to come to you. I said, how are you going to come to me? They brought 2 trucks to my house to prepare me to get my wardrobe together. And I'm embarrassed saying, it's not the way you do it,
So they gave you the star treatment.
They said this is a role was written for me the way they knew me from Glory at Sea. The way they knew me in that movie, they put this in this movie. Therefore, they said there was no other person to do it but me. They would have to rewrite it for another person, they said.
What?
So it was a wonderful experience.
I mean, how did you enjoy it? Because is acting difficult for you or what?
No, I love it. I love it. Matter of fact, I direct plays.
You do?
Yeah, I direct biblical plays, and I teach biblical drama at our regional national conference.
Okay.
Now, well, I got that training from the National Baptist Convention, Conjugal Christian Education. I took biblical drama. When you're directing, it's powerful.
It's powerful.
No, I guess that's true
powerful.
too.
You're so
we got a director like that too.
Situation.
He really keeps us on point.
Yeah, and we got to say thumbs up to our director, Larry Perkins. Yeah.
Right. It's a powerful thing to do. However, you have to be careful though. There's such thing as going overboard. You have to be careful.
Okay,
because at the same time, you're setting an example for the people you're working with.
Right. Well, we can say about our director, he stays on point and he doesn't go overhead.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And he keeps us in a time time constraint. Now, that's one thing I was going to say. See, I didn't know that aspect that you directed.
So you
plays
still
and stuff.
directing too?
Plays, yes.
Yeah.
Plays,
So anything that we can look forward and seeing, maybe at a church setting, or where would we see?
But not at this time, because the plays that we've been doing go to the national region. National region. It's been a while since I did a local play here. We prepare a play to take to the region.
Now, do y'all video them? Do something for archives purposes? In other words, recording and I'll just give a year, 1999. This is the play that we did, and that way you can go back and file a folder to get that information, because somebody may want to expand on your work.
No, we have not been videoing.
Okay.
To my knowledge, but
Yeah.
you're in a we couldn't afford to
Get somebody to come and video.
Now, I'm not saying it's not done by other people.
Some people
in
doing
the
it on their
convention.
own.
I'm going to inquire about that and see if anybody doing it on their own. There's a possibility that somebody might be doing it.
Yeah, because I've been with Marion Himes.
I was thinking of
I did a play with her. A couple plays with her, and was fortunate. I think some people, but she didn't like anybody videoing her plays as well.
She sure
I have
did.
a book. I have a book. She wrote a book and everything like that. And what happens is she at that time, she's no longer alive. A great job that she did. She was so authentic in her plays, and it brought so much character out of individuals. She gave you, she did all the casting and everything like that. So it made you feel special that she cast you for any role, whatever role that she cast you in. It's a lot of fun. Yeah.
It's a lot of work too, especially when you're looking for person for certain roles.
Yeah.
If you've already have your printout, you know what you want.
Right.
You're looking for people.
Now, I got to ask you this question because in learning your parts, you have to see them, right?
Yes.
And so was that difficult for you or what?
At first it was, yes. What got me though with Glory at Sea, they kept changing your scripts.
Oh, they kept changing the script?
Yes, it did.
Oh man, that's difficult.
You would learn the script,
And you learn that script.
and then the next couple of days,
They decide they don't want that script.
or they modify the script, but you put other words in. You got to go back.
And study that.
Right.
So you're a
But
great.
now I found some technique to use though.
Oh, well, who that thought?
We got to go to break. We're going to
Yeah.
come back and talk to you more about it because we want to know more about your genius and directing and acting, and then in the part of being a youth council, we want to know what you can give to our young people that may inspire them to do the right thing. We're going to go to break. When we come back, we're going to talk to Dr. Coleman. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Poor nutrition today will increase Sarah's chances of anemia, add to her healthcare costs, sick days, even stunt her ability to learn. And the thing is, Sarah's not even born yet. Get proper nutrition before it's too late. Call or visit WIC. WIC provides nutrition information, healthcare referrals, even food. Your child has you, and you have WIC.
Mrs. Johnson, good to see you again. This is Mike. You can trust him. He looks just like you. Plus, 2 against 1 is more intimidating when we force someone to sign a loan.
And I'll be sucking up to you in order to keep up the illusion.
So, here are your low monthly payments and interest rate as we promised. Here's where they triple. The rest of this stuff, don't think a lawyer can read this. It protects us. Make sure we get your home when you can't pay us back.
Such a lovely house.
Yeah. But don't worry. We're going to sell you credit life insurance. You don't really need it, but